live to pictures of Frank Siller as he finishes his Never Forget walk. Lawrence Jones is there with him right now. Lawrence?
Good morning, family. Frank just finished that walk, and he is surrounded by loved ones, people in the community that feel the impact of this, that were here, some that are younger. Frank, I want to bring you back in. Earlier today when I talked with you, I said, how are your joints feeling? You just completed that walk, and you said, today is all heart. The physical aspect of this is over, but the heart, talk about that.
All I was thinking about was my brother, of course, and I mean, who does what he did, right? Throws his gear on his back and runs through that tunnel. And I'll tell you, I was walking through there with my family that I love so much, and I was thinking of his face so vividly, and his bald head, and his smile. And I tell you, I know he was running there, and he had one thing in his mind: to help and to save. And he gave it all that day. And firefighters, and we lost 343 firefighters. The name of every one of them are on this wall. We lost over 60 police officers. They gave their life that day. We lost 2,977, but all those first responders, they gave their life by running at that building and saving over 20,000 people. My brother was part of that. He'll always be remembered as the firefighter who ran through the tunnel and gave up his life to help others.
That's exactly right. There's so much love here. Frank, talk about unity. How do we get the country back to where we were that day, where we didn't care about how people looked, what religion they were associated with? We cared about them being Americans, and we wanted to honor the people that gave the ultimate sacrifice, like your brother. How do we get back there?
It's very simple. It starts at the level of schools, that they got to teach that we love America, that America is the greatest country that ever existed. Why? Because we have men and women in uniform that are willing to die every single day for our freedom, for our liberty, so we can go out and live the great life, the best life of anywhere. And our police officers and firefighters, they give us the security inside our communities. Without that, we don't have a society. And I think it starts at that level. You start at that level. You pay the respect to these great human beings that are willing to risk everything for us. You start appreciating what you have as a family, the freedoms that you have. And that's where it starts. And I did see that through my walk. I saw it. I saw families coming out. They were waving the flag. They say, "Never forget Frank, never forget Frank." And they were walking with me. And it's very inspiring, but it's very hopeful. I see a lot of hope for this country. And when we lost our 13 great military personnel just recently, everybody in America was upset. Everybody. And that's the beauty of America. When it comes right down to it, we care about each other when it really comes down to it.
If your brother was here today, what would he say?
Well, I know what he would say first, because he was a bit of a buster. He would say, "Frank, George, Mary, Gina, Janice, Russell, come on, you guys do something." And then he'd put our arm around us and say, "Thank you, not just for remembering him, but all his brothers and sisters and all those that gave their life."
Frank, you took a tragedy and you turned it into something good. And you're going every single day helping those that we've lost in the line of duty, police officers, firefighters, as well as our soldiers as well, making sure they don't have to pay for the mortgage, that their family doesn't have to worry about how they're going to get their next meal. Talk about that.
Well, that is why we are successful. It's a very simple mission. First is to never forget. This was a never forget walk. Then it's to honor, and we honor by doing this, by coming together. And then it's to do good. St. Francis of Assisi said, "Brothers and sisters, while we have time, let us do good." That is what we live by. That is what my family lives by. That is why, from the very beginning, we decided that we are not going to stay in a bad place, that we are going to crush that evil and do good. And not just Stephen's name, but the name of all these great heroes that day. And to build houses for our catastrophically injured service members, to pay off mortgages for Gold Star families, including Lance Corporal McCullum's family, to take care of police officers and firefighters. And police officers, instead of people spitting on the ground, they should kiss the freaking ground that they walk on, because they give us, once again, the life that we have. So Tunnel to Towers Foundation is simple mission, but it's so important. But that's why people join us, because they know where their money is going to do good.
That's exactly right. A lot of people talk about it, but you guys are being about it and putting your money where your mouth is. And people in the country, that's why they decide to give to you. Frank, We're with you today. We're praying for you with your family. It is raw emotion out here. Thank you so much for what you do for the country. Guys, I'm going to send it back to you guys in New York. As I said, it is raw emotion out here, but there's a lot of love as well. It feels good that the country is acknowledging what happened this day and honoring those service members that paid the ultimate sacrifice. Send it back to you guys.
Absolutely, Lawrence. We're looking down on you right now. We can see the ceremony right over our shoulders. Powerful words from Frank, and I know his brother's looking down on him right now.
I just loved so much of what he had to say. He said it's so simple. Teach the kids to love America. We have, back, if you remember on 9/11, the flag was not controversial. We didn't have two national anthems. We were united under one flag, one anthem. And so it's a reminder that we have a lot of work to do. We actually have a lot of work to do in bringing about that unity.
I love what Frank said, too. Instead of spitting at police officers, we should be kissing the ground they walk on.
Amen.
For what they do for us every day.
Amen.
Powerful.